for Jesus Warriors Club once again. And I want to start with the topic. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. There's a Christian song that goes, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. So when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about a story that happened at a time when the map of the whole world was not the way it is now. The world comprised of England, Britain, Great Britain, that was Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales, Europe as we know it, and not completely as we know it, because some parts of northern Germany and other places, Scandinavian, were known at that time to many people. Parts of Russia were not known, and North Africa. So the world was from Britain, take parts of Europe, go up to Asia, to the boundary of India, come through Egypt, part of Ethiopia, Egypt, and that was the world. To the people who lived at that time, that was the whole world. So this is something that happened to somebody during a time when the whole world was that small portion. That was the whole world. So if you had moved around all those places, you'd moved around the whole world. There was no other place to cover, because formerly people thought that the earth was flat and would fall over the edge of the world. But with time, scientists came, and was it Copernicus? Yeah, was talking of the earth being round. There was this priest, Giovanni Bruno. He, at least to him, he was able to explain everything the way scientists from NASA are explaining. During his time, nobody had seen that far, nobody had gone that far, but God had given him that impression. His explanation is what we're still finding standing true today. So, during that time when people knew that small world, a sailor was sailing, and that was the day of the pirates. They still are there, but that time they were common. So the ship that he was sailing in was raided by the pirates. Everything was stolen from him. He was beaten and thrown into the ocean to die. And for some time he was unconscious. Was going under the water, and then something pulled him from there. He did not die. He swam and was rescued by some other ship that was passing by. This sailor did not give up sailing. He believed in God. That was a time when people believed. And he was from a country that used to fly the flag of Jesus as it went around the world, Portugal. The time he got rescued, there was this problem with two people who have a similar faith, but that time they saw it as totally different faith, and the Muslims and the Christians. The Muslims had taken the Christian capital, Byzantium, the Ottoman Turks, who are Muslims. I talked about the Muslims and the Turks, and Sultan Mehmet, others call him Muhammad. So you can check in the past videos, that one is explained. That time, people having problems getting spices from India. They used to come silk from China, but they would only connect from India. So they didn't know. And for a while, people believed that silk was something that grew on trees, just like cotton or some other things grow on trees, because the Chinese kept it a secret for so many years. So they would not come in touch with the Chinese, but they would go to India to get spices, and some silk used to come from that side. So the rich people wanted their spices. They wanted the things that would come from that side, and the path, the road to India had been taken over by Muslims. So Christians did not want to go that side. Now there was a need of people trying to go to find a way around the world, discovering places they had not gone to be able to reach India, to get the spices and the things that the rich people needed in Europe. This one man went, and a neighboring country was getting independence from the Moors of North Africa. That was Spain, during the time of Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand. And this man asked to be enlisted, and he was enlisted as a sailor. His name was Christopher Columbus. And he decided to sail under the flagship of Spain. He sailed, and instead of reaching India, he reached a place where he saw Indians of a different nature, because when he reached that place, he believed he was in India. But he had reached the Americas, a place where nobody else had ever reached. When he came back with new things that could not even be found in India. And his dream as a sailor had been accomplished. He had come to be a man who had discovered a new continent. It was not named after him because there were other sailors who came later, and one pronounced sailor called Amerigo Vespucci was the one that the name of the Americas was taken from, Amerigo, America. But the first man from Europe, first in quotes, because when we talk of first man, that was during that other known time, but there were other people unknown to them. The Vikings were in the north. One had gone earlier, not into the America that this guy went to, but to northern Canada, the land of the Inuits. But for him that time in the recorded history, he was the first man to discover the new lands, America. So this should be an encouragement to us, those who believe in Christ, under the flagship of Spain, but still bearing the flag of Jesus, which was the flag of Portugal, a Portuguese, a bearer of the flag of Jesus, though carrying the flag of the Spaniards discovered the new land. In life, you may be having things that are challenging you, things that are hindering you. Life may have brought you down to a level that you feel there's no going up. You may feel like you're in quicksand. But if you look upon Jesus, put your faith in God, focus your energy in God, focus your energy in Jesus, He will surely lift you up. There's nothing impossible. Just like Christopher Columbus, who had been left for dead, didn't lose hope, came out, kept on pursuing the sailing career, managed to achieve what very few people had achieved. So can I and you be able to achieve what God has in plan for us, so long as we keep the faith. Keep the faith. Whatever happens, keep the faith. In sorrow, keep the faith. In happiness, keep the faith. Don't let there be a distinction between when you are happy and when you are sad. Take it all the same, because you know that Jesus Christ is in control. And with that, there's nothing that you or I cannot be able to achieve. This is a message to those who would like to join for Jesus Warriors Club. You've heard about Christopher Columbus. You may be having your problems. I may be having my problems. But when you focus on Jesus, there's no problem. I was told of a story of a child who looked up and saw a very small plane. They call it a jumbo jet. With us in Kenya, we call it jumbo jet. So when I call it jumbo jet, don't be offended. Those who call it jumbo jet, jumbo to us are greetings. Jumbo. So it was a small plane. And one time, the father took him to visit the airport. And when he got near the plane, he could not see up to the other end. It was a very big thing. So he told him, you see, when that thing was passing up, it was a small thing. This is the real size of the plane. Sometimes when problems are there, Jesus may appear to be very far. But focus on Him like one focuses with the binoculars on a distant object. And when you put your mind, your faith, your focus in Jesus, you are able to see His greatness. And when He becomes great to you, your problem becomes tiny. The opposite happens. You see the greatness of God and the tininess of your problem. And with that, you are able to achieve whatever you wanted to achieve. Jesus is real. Jesus is able. Jesus can make it for you. And when Jesus says yes, it doesn't matter who goes against you, who goes against the will of God. Nobody can say no. Believe that. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. For those who've heard that and would like to be warriors, because I said when you are alive, you are fighting continuously. When you join Christianity, you are fighting continuously. You fight in prayer, you fight in faith, you fight to change things for good. Things to fit into what God would have wanted the world to be. For those who are interested, those who have been touched, I ask you to download the Bible app or buy a Bible Read it. Understand, follow it. And you'll be a warrior in Fort Jesus Club. Remember, you are the temple. You are the temple. God dwells in you. You are the temple of God. But that does not exclude you from associating with others, because there are times when you need also boosting spiritually to be together. But always remember, the final person, the final product, the custom designed person for you is you, and you are the temple. That's my take for now.